I've been living here at Great James Street for 5 years now, and I found in that time that I'm increasingly travelling quite a lot. A bit with work, but also a lot, or mainly for leisure. I go out to the French Alps quite a bit during the winter time. I'd say it's every other weekend. And one of the great things about Under the Doormat is that I can use that time away to make a little bit of extra money, which helps pay for the trip. One of the great things about Under the Doormat is the flexibility that it gives you. They take bookings on a long-term basis, but also on a short-term basis. So if you decide on Wednesday that you want to go away for the weekend, you can update your calendar and mark your flat available for the weekend, and you've got a good likelihood that you'll be able to get a booking. They'll manage the process. Even if you're away, you can take the booking, and you know that when you get back, your flat's going to be spotless and you've just got a bit of extra cash in your bank account. One of the great things about Under the Doormat is the quality and the personal level of service that you get. It's really a totally sort of hassle-free experience. So I know that I can leave my flat on a Friday morning, and Under the Doormat will organise the bookings, they will let the guests in, they will make sure the place is clean, and then when I come back on a Monday evening, my flat is spotless and I've got some extra money in my bank account. So it's a really a win-win situation. The best thing about working with the Under the Doormat team is that it's a really friendly relationship. So you know that when you pick the phone up, if you've got a query, you'll speak to somebody that you've spoken to lots of times before. They're always polite and friendly, and if they can't deal with the query, then you'll definitely get a call back. So it's the personalised service. For me, living a hectic life in London, you don't have much time to organise things outside of work and leisure. And the idea of letting your flat out when you're away is brilliant, but it's got to be a no-hassle experience. So the best thing about the Doormat is that I don't have to do anything at all. They manage the bookings, they do the cleaning, they provide the toiletries and the linen, they meet the guests, they tell the guests the great things they can do in the vicinity of the flat. When I come back, not only is my flat spotless, but there's a little note telling me a little bit about the guests who've stayed here, and it's really interesting to see who's enjoyed the flats and what they've been up to. And it varies from professionals working for professional services companies through to families staying on vacation. And universally, it seems that people have a nice experience, and it's good to know that your flat's being put to use whilst you're off having fun as well. I've never had any funny things go wrong whilst I've been away, but I have to say one of the guests was overly honest. He drank 3 beers from my fridge and left me £50 compensation, so that's pretty nice. There's a lot of things about Under the Doormat that give me confidence to open my home up to guests. I say one of the big issues is the risk of something going wrong, and fortunately over the last year or more I've never had any bad experiences, but it's great to know that they've got a really comprehensive insurance policy that backs everything up in the worst case scenario where there was a problem. So you've got full confidence to open up your home and be away without any contact. For somebody like me who travels quite a lot and goes out particularly to the Alps to go skiing, which is a relatively expensive pastime, Under the Doormat actually facilitates that, or almost even encourages you to do that, because you know that a large chunk, if not all, of your costs for a weekend away can be paid by having guests stay in your house whilst you're out in London. One of the things that's interesting about Under the Doormat is I know that it's grown quite significantly over the last 18 months, but things haven't really changed. When it started, it was a really professional, friendly, small outfit, and it still feels that it's a friendly personal service. So they've managed to maintain that personalisation. I couldn't recommend Under the Doormat highly enough. If you want to find a great place to stay, or if you want to let your flat out for a bit of extra income, it's a really, really professional and hassle-free way to earn a bit of extra money.